Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Bow and Arrow Tarot. Today it's Pisces. All right, you're up Pisces. I'm going to be doing your reading for the next 7-day period. It's a love connection reading, January 29th to February 5th now, I believe. All right, so let's get right into it. All right, guys, I've already been shuffling off camera quite some time. So Pisces, show me what's going on for Pisces. All right, so your person is coming in as High Priestess this week, and you're coming in with anxiety, a lot of turmoil. They see you as a 9 of Cups, and you see them as a 4 of Cups, and they're not giving you what you want. What they desire is 3 of Swords. What you desire is Knight of Swords. What needs to happen is the Fool. Okay. And for you, Death. All right, so Pisces, right away, I can tell you what's going on. You're dealing with somebody who's really had a heartbreak in the past. They've had a betrayal in the past, and they're really not trying to give you what you want. 5 of Wands. There's some bickering going on. Let's get this. There we go. There's some. Ooh, here we go. Let's get that focus. Sorry, guys. There we go. 5 of Wands, a lot of bickering. Competition. 5 of Wands is the kind of bickering that happens when we are competing with each other for top position. Or competing with each other to be heard, right? So, Pisces. Yeah, your person's coming in as High Priestess. You're coming in as 9 of Swords. So you're really having a lot of anxiety. You're coming in this week. And remember, watchers, Pisces and cross-watchers and anyone who's watching these videos, this can always be vice versa, right? I'm reading from the point of view that these are your cards, Pisces, but it can be vice versa. In any case, you're coming into the week with 9 of Swords, and so you're having a lot of anxiety and sleepless nights. You are really unsure about what to do. And I think a lot of that unsurety is because of past events, right? You might be feeling that maybe you've made the wrong decision in the past and it's coming back to haunt you. There is something going on here that is causing you anxiety. Now, the High Priestess is coming in. I'm going to come back to the 9 of Swords. I'm going to get clarity on it. The High Priestess comes in. And that's how your person is coming in. So they're coming into this week really not telling you anything. The High Priestess really does, she's like one of the most difficult cards to master in terms of interpreting and understanding her energy, because the High Priestess really talks about a lot of different things, but knowledge, understanding, secrecy, right? She's about secrecy. She's about intuition, right? When we intuit, right, when we trust our intuition, when we go inside and we listen to our voice, that is a private, personal place. There is nothing more private or more personal that each of us have than our intuition. Even our bodies are not as private. You go to the doctor, you get, examined, you share your body with others when you make love, things like that. But our inner voice, our intuition is the most personal, most private, most secret part of us. And that's one of the reasons why she's the highest card for intuition, but she's also the keeper of secrets. You see the Torah on her lap, and it talks about the secrets of life. Well, the secrets of life or the secret to life, right? The answer of life, of how to get through life. That is in many ways, that is secret knowledge, because it's individual to each of us. And so she doesn't give us anything. She doesn't tell us what to do. She kind of just, the way she is, right? The way she conducts herself and the way she goes in is the knowledge that she's passing on. So watch me, watch as I do. Look inward as I'm looking into you. There's so many layers to the High Priestess, but this week, in this reading, Pisces, I feel more like your person is very much, they're very in touch with what they want. And they know exactly what they want. They are listening to their intuition. They are listening to their inner voice, but they're not telling you everything that's going on. And they're being very sort of, the other aspect of High Priestess energy is to be very sort of offstandish and yet to be almost pulling you in because of that mystery that's there. Now, how do you guys see each other? Nine of Cups and Four of Cups. Well, they see you as a blessing, right? They see you as a blessing in their life. They're happy for the relationship they have with you, but they don't want anything further. Nine of Cups is the card for happiness, and so they have a lot of happiness and joy. You are one of the happy connections in their life, but this person is quite happy to remain on their own. They're quite happy to remain at the 9 rather than ascending to that 10. The 10 of Cups would be that deep connection that we make where we agree to move forward and now there's completion. But for them, they're really happy with just where it is at with you now. And they're quite removed from it in a way, right? They're just not willing to go that much deeper. You, on the other hand, are seeing them as rebuffing your advance, right? They're rebuffing your cup of love. And that's, I think, one of the reasons why you've been getting a lot of anxiety. You're certainly coming into the week with anxiety. This Four of Cups, I believe, has probably been going on for a little while. So they're happy, but you aren't. You're wanting more. They're not willing to give you more. And the thing is as well, they are coming in with, High Priestess is also really high degree of self-confidence. They're coming in with a lot of self-confidence also. They really truly know what they want for their lives. And it can be difficult sometimes to, Pisces, people like this, they're not easy, right? They're not easy because we always feel like, well, why are they happy? How can they be happy just being so sort of independent, or not even independent, but how can they be happy not wanting what I also want? Because what I want is so beautiful and wonderful and I want it with you. Why wouldn't they want it with me? How can they be happy without it or without wanting it? And so these type of people who kind of resonate with this energy, or somebody who's resonating with this energy at a particular time in their life, can be very sort of exasperating, right? Now, what do they desire? Three of Swords, and for you, Knight of Swords. So this is the thing. For them, they are desiring not to be betrayed again. And so this card here, Three of Swords, kind of belies a little bit of that self-confidence. So in a sense that, I want to say, yes, they are confident in themselves. They're happy to have this kind of like good relationship, but not deep. But some of it is coming from a feeling of having been betrayed before. So this individual you're dealing with, Pisces, is somebody who's really, really can be deeply hurt on a psychic level. Three of Swords, remember folks, Three of Swords is probably one of the most misinterpreted cards I see in tarot readings, especially online. Because it's not a cup card, and oftentimes people immediately go into it as a cup card because of the heart, and it's like it's something that they do. But the truth of the matter is that it's a swords card, and swords are all about the mental. They are all about the psyche. They are all about the way we see each other, see ourselves, the way we think of ourselves, and our egos. And Three of Swords is indeed betrayal. It is betrayal, but it doesn't always have to be betrayal of the heart. It can be any kind of betrayal. And usually it's a betrayal that comes after you've already established some trust with somebody. It's a deep betrayal. It's a disloyalty that happens. Now, sometimes it can involve a third person, but the hurt and the pain that comes with this event is a pain to the psyche, ultimately. It's a pain to the ego. Okay, and that's why Three of Swords elicits such a harsh response from people, oftentimes revenge and things like that, because it isn't, you know, when you're heartbroken, you don't seek revenge. When your ego is injured, that's when you truly seek revenge and seek to sort of repay someone, right? And so that's really the essence of Three of Swords, and I believe that this is what's happened here. Somewhere along the line, they've suffered some kind of betrayal, and it's really, you're dealing with somebody who, although they're very confident, they are also, I want to say, easily, their psyche is easily sort of hurt, right? They may have a big ego. They may be very prideful. You can have high degree of intuition and self-confidence and all of that High Priestess energy that many people kind of associate with high vibration, right? Which is, you know, it's not necessarily true. There's aspects, all aspects to all the energies, but you can absolutely have this ability and have this connection and at the same time have a very large ego, be easily hurt ego-wise and in terms of your psyche, not psychically, physically, but your psyche, which is the way you see yourself. Now you are desiring Knight of Swords. You're desiring to sort of get rid of all of these limitations that are here. You're trying to cut past all of that. You're trying to cut past whatever is holding back in this relationship. And you're doing it with a lot of thought and a lot of communication. I think that you're probably maybe even communicating too much for this person, right? But you're coming in thick and fast with the words. Knights are always air, swords are air. We're talking about air energy. It's a high level of communicating, trying to get your ideas across, you know, but also having a very strategic, I want to say not even so much a strategic, not so much strategic, but a plan, right? A plan for how you're going to sort of cut away whatever is holding back this connection in this relationship, right? I think that you feel as though you can do that. I'm not sure that you can. Again, it's going to be down to this person's desire to, because at the end of the day, they see you right now. Remember, they see you as just a very happy relationship, a blessing relationship, but not one that they want to take ultimately to that deeper level. Now, what needs to happen for both of you, the Fool and Death. So your person really needs, for them, they need to have a reawakening, a rebirthing, a sort of taking a leap of faith, which we always associate with the Fool. But the Fool also moves from stage to stage in life only after it's learned a lesson. And so your person really needs to kind of round up the learning of a lesson here and be willing to take a leap of faith again, right? The lesson isn't always that you never try to get closer to anyone anymore, right? The lessons we learn in life should always ultimately lead us to a place of more sharing, more giving, more receiving, more interaction rather than closing us down. And so the decision to not get any closer with somebody is not necessarily the right lesson to learn, I would say, or the lesson that was meant to be learned, right? And so your person still has some work here a little bit that needs to happen, but ultimately what they need to do is get to that point of being able to sort of let that go and be ready to move to a new stage. Now for you, Death, what needs to happen? Death, loss. In a sense that this needs to change. This relationship or something needs to change in a sense. Something that you've been holding on to, either it's a way of behaving or an attitude or something, some energy or some attribute of this connection needs to die, needs to go away, needs to be ended. So fundamentally, in a way, what needs to happen for you, Pisces, is a change of the way that you are engaging here. It may be that you're engaging in a very tried and true manner. You may have gone through this cycle before of anxiety, being sort of rebuffed, not having your cup of love accepted, and then trying very, very hard to sort of make it work anyway. But there is something about this here that needs to sort of a transition, right? It needs to transform. And the first transformation of it is that it needs to stop. Because death is a stopping. It is an ending. It is a loss. It is a stopping of this and the beginning of something else. It is that moment, right, that we call a transformation. But ultimately, it is a loss or a death. And so that's kind of what needs to happen here for you. And whatever that is, Pisces, for each of you who resonate with this reading, it's going to be different. That's why I don't give a lot of specifics in my readings, because these are energies and situations, scenarios, and circumstances that the reading is kind of, the message is coming through. But for each of you who resonate with this, your situation, your specific situation may be a little bit different. And whatever that is in that relationship that needs to change for you will be different from the next Pisces who resonates with this reading. So let's get some clarity. I want to get some clarity on the Nine of Swords first. What's your anxiety? What's your anxiety? Actually, no. I'm going to go for that High Priestess, Nine of Cups. Give me clarity there first. Show me. Show me. Queen of Cups. Right. So this person is the one who's in charge. She's very sensitive. Okay, so this is going to be one of the things, she, he, right? I say she because she's Queen of Cups, but it doesn't matter if your person is male, female. You should know by now, of course, that my readings are gender. It doesn't matter about gender or anything like that, or sexual orientation. We're talking about energies. Queen of Cups, though, is highly sensitive. She's very, very sensitive. She's also very, very specific about who she hands her cup of love to because of how sensitive she is. So she can't really afford to hand her cup to somebody who's going to exploit her, or take advantage of her, or in some way, you know, be insensitive to her, or what have you. She requires someone to be as deep with her as she is with them. Queen of Cups, water of water, right? So very, very, a lot of water there, a lot of emotions there. And so this is going to be one of the reasons why in the mind of your person, they're kind of like, oh, I'm going to stay here. I don't want to go to, they're not ready yet. They're just not ready yet. You know, because of this Three of Swords. Okay, show me what the anxiety is. Now I want to move on to your anxiety, Pisces. Show me the anxiety, please. What's going on? Show me. So Nine of Swords, there you go. So Nine of Swords is really kind of like, wow. Nine of Swords over Nine of Swords. What am I going to say? You know, anxiety over anxiety. It's through the roof. Anxiety over anxiety, right? You see that? 2 Nine of Swords. So, Pisces, damn. It's almost like your anxiety is giving you anxiety. It's like you behave in a certain way when you get nervous, and that behavior is almost making things worse. You got to just, like, calm down. I don't know what else to tell you. How else do I put this here? 2 Nine of Swords. See, I'm getting nervous just dealing with the cards. You see what I mean? This is the anxiety just comes through. All right, so give me a Three of Swords. I want to get a card over for the Three of Swords clarification. Show me. What happened there? What happened with that Three of Swords? Why is that a desire? Get over that betrayal. Show me. The Hermit. So somebody, you know, they're used, you know, the Hermit it can come through a couple ways I'm feeling here. First of all, you might be dealing with somebody who is extremely hermited anyway. They're pulled away, they're hermited in any case. And so they're very used to being on their own. And that Three of Swords is kind of like, look, don't betray me here, because I'm naturally a hermit anyway, right? I'm on my own. I've kind of gotten a certain level of safety, security, assuredness, reaffirmation here. Don't make me regret it, right? Don't make me regret it. Because the Three of Swords, the other side of that betrayal, is the trust, the deep, deep trust that is required. Don't make me regret this coming out of this. And so they're really, really pulling back. The other thing also, the Hermit energy over that Three of Swords. Why? There is something here about isolation. There's something here about isolation. There's something here about... I almost feel like they almost caused, you know, they're almost a victim of their own sort of making. You know, something has happened, some kind of pulling away happened to them as well. It could also be, I feel like the betrayal could also be that somebody pulled away from them in a very significant way in the past. Like they opened up, Queen of Cups, right? I wanted to wait a minute before I said this because I hesitated, but Queen of Cups energy, they're very, very sensitive, very emotional people. And I think also part of this betrayal and this worry is that you're dealing with somebody who really is much better on their own. And then what's happened is I almost feel like they opened up to someone in the past, and then that person pulled away. And that person sort of like just went off into their sort of hermit energy. And this really affected this person because to them, they opened up for them. It was such a deep sense of betrayal that now they themselves have also pulled away, right? Pulled back again, back into their hermit. Show me death. I'm going to clarify death and then that's it, Pisces. Show me death. Show me why. Show me what's going on there with that death card. Show me, Pisces. Wheel of Fortune. Wow. Opportunity. This is an opportunity right now for you to change something and let go of something that you've been holding on to that up until now probably was difficult to let go of. If you can do it, The Wheel of Fortune is letting you know that this is a perfect opportunity to sort of make a shift in your life, to make a kind of change, either in the way that you behave, the way that you act, the way that you see this relationship. Something out of this death is some kind of fortuitous opportunity, right? Fortuitous opportunity. It's coming out of this if you are willing to let go. There's something you have to be needing to let go of. And you have a Wheel of Fortune energy here. Okay, I'm going to leave it. Pisces, this is your reading, long reading. I hope you are happy with it in terms of clarity. I hope it gave you some feedback to your situation. Remember, these readings can be vice versa. They can also be, they're not going to be very totally down to the letter to your life. If you resonate with it, there's going to be nuances. Not every Pisces is the same. Not every cross watcher is the same. But in any case, if you got some insight, some clarity on your situation, that's all I am wanting and happy with. All right, guys, I love you so much, Pisces. Have a wonderful week. Remember to like, subscribe, and share. Hit the bell for notifications so you can know when I'm uploading again. And that's it. I'll see you guys again next week. Bye-bye now.